Yeah, we're probably giving you news that you already have, but we thought that it's important to deal with it more in an official basis. The technical committee had deliberated over the last couple of days, 2 weeks or so. They then presented a name to the National Executive Committee on Saturday, the 31st of August, and the Executive Committee unanimously endorsed the name of Molefe Ntseki to take over as the head coach for Bafana Bafana. So obviously we know there's going to be 1,000,001 of your questions that will come through. We'll try and preempt some of them anyway. The coach, as far as the technical committee is concerned, they went through various criteria. They believed that Ntseki covered those aspects from a coaching perspective. Their responsibility was looking at somebody who could take South Africa through the next few years and also deal with it on the basis of understanding Vision 2022, understanding where South Africa comes from, where they are, and where we're heading towards, understanding the fact that we have had major success, unprecedented success in our youth structures over the last few months, probably the last 18 months, with the under-17 girls qualifying for the World Cup in Uruguay. Just previous to that was the under-17 boys had gone to Chile, the under-20 boys with back-to-back World Cups for them, Banyana's own World Cup access there, and together with Bafana Bafana qualifying for AFCON. And you know, somebody like Ntseki himself has had a lot to do with many of those teams and the success one way or the other. Many of you may or may not know that, but that's the way he has. The other aspect in terms of where we're heading with him, he's got a big role to play now this coming week. So we are asking him to focus on that, to deal with the Zambia game, and then we will sit down and finalize the issues. But from a SAFA perspective, he's well aware of it. Our objective is that we need to qualify for AFCON 2021, we need to qualify for the World Cup 2022, and again for AFCON 2023. Those are the targets that are set within a South African environment, and how we factor that in with the discussions with him we'll take forward when he gets back from Zambia next week. So I think just from our perspective as well, just to officially welcome him to that role, albeit that he's been in the hot seat since Saturday. We just want to welcome you and wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, Mr. CEO, Mr. Russell Paul. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Very happy to get a green jersey. We all know and understand what green means. It projects a very positive future. And I'm happy that I got a green one today. And the future looks very green. With regard to my appointment, I think it has been a very long journey of 21 years in formal coaching, wherein I started in 1999 after going through an operation. I know it's an old talk of saying, how did you get into coaching? I got injured, and then I went for an operation, then I ended up playing. So I would say, when it comes to that scratch record of how I got into coaching, that's how I started in 1998. I was coaching a Vodacom League team then, and then I got promoted to First Division, and that's how I started coaching. I think in 1998 I did not have any qualification, and what makes 1998 to be such a good year for me is because I managed to win the Vodacom League and then to get the team into First Division. And then from there I stayed with the First Division team as head coach for 2 years before I started Harmony Sports Academy. Harmony Sports Academy I stayed for 5 years. And then 2007 I left Harmony to join African Warriors, which was playing in the First Division in Kwakwa. I stayed with Warriors for 2 seasons. I remember those years we used to have 2 streams, and it was very tough because you had to play 21 games, 7 each round. And the relegation was like 2 teams to be relegated from each stream. So it was a very difficult one. But through the guidance of the people I was working with, I managed to survive. And then 2009, I was part of the under-20 team that went to the World Cup as an assistant coach to Coach Sarame. And that's how I started involving myself or getting involved with SAFA structures. Coming back from under-20 World Cup, I became an assistant to Coach Solulu Vengo, under-20, Cabo Zondo, under-20, Shakes Mashaba, under-23. So then 2010, I joined Celtic as an assistant coach to Clinton Larsen. In the Premier League, I stayed with Clinton Larsen for 2 years. Then I went back to development as head of development at Celtic. And then I was there for 2 years. And then I applied for under-17 head coach job. And that's how everything started. 2014, I started at SAFA as under-17 head coach. We qualified for AFCON, we qualified for the World Cup. And my involvement has been with all the teams, whether a ladies team, whether a girls team, whether a boys team, whether a men's team. That is the opportunity I was granted by SAFA to get involved with all the teams, of which I really appreciate, because it was a learning process. At the same time, I was getting matured, getting knowledge, and becoming a better person. And then Bafana Bafana, opportunity came in to work as assistant coach to Coach Shakes Mashaba and Coach Owende Gama, and lastly, Coach Stuart Baxter. And I think I've learned so much from my predecessors. And that is why today I can proudly say they were the best mentors I've worked with. Coming into the position I am in as of now, I really want to thank the association, South African Football Association, the president, the National Executive Committee, the technical committee, the CEO, and all the coaches that I've worked with before. It's not going to be easy, but all that is important, it is the rapport that I've established with PSL coaches to keep in touch and to be able to help each other. And the best thing that we can do to our football is to profile all players that qualifies to play in the Bafana Bafana team. And that is what you call auditing of players. And I think we started that with Coach Stewart. And when he left, I had all the information, all the database that is needed. And going forward, we want to have a video analyst who will be helping us with the profiling of players, so that whenever we have a challenge when it comes to team selection, we can always tap into that database. We'll be able to know how many games, how many minutes Keegan Dolly has played for his club in terms of his injuries. And if he's not playing, why is he not playing? Because in most cases, we tend to call up names without having a better knowledge of the process and the progression of that player wherever he's playing. And lastly, for me, talking to the PSL coaches, I think it will be very important taking our football forward if we can have a scouting team, if we can have a selection team. We have seen it happening with cricket, we have seen it happening with rugby. Recently, the rugby team was announced and everybody was behind the team, everybody was in support of the team. By the way, let me take this opportunity to wish the Springboks all the best of luck in the World Cup. And we are all saying the Springboks will do well with the support of all South Africans. Go Bokke, go Bokke. Thank you.